A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. You know, as a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, you know, with that, a lot of stress, he was drinking a lot of caffeine, and it turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over, and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time. All right. So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm gonna shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind. All right. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Whew. Whew. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if, you know, it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa. Too bad was you know they roll.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? What's going on?
Hi. Nothing much. Just, well, it's kind of warm in here. I was gonna say just chilling, but it's kind of warm. But all good things. Pretty busy, pretty interesting week.
Interesting week. What's
Yeah.
been going on?
Well,
You hit the lottery?
I wouldn't tell nobody other than close folks. I mean, I guess it'll be signs, but I feel like I wonder. I don't know. I feel like people wouldn't really know. I feel like most people that know me know that what my career field is, and I could make decent money if I, put effort into it, or more effort into it. But no, been working on getting junior transportation, school bus transportation in order. That's been kind of interesting. Just talking to folks, really. And then work, finding out that doggone. I think it's the location. Not the location, but like the company that owns it. I don't want to say no names. But anyway, they pretty much people is leaving left or right. There's definitely a revolving door there. Just found out one of the lead esthetician at our location. She has put in her 2 weeks notice. So she's leaving. Found out that they fired somebody because they probably shouldn't have hired them anyway. But I feel like you got to give everybody a chance. But anyway, the person was a recovering addict. So found that out. And then it's word around that somebody else is looking to leave too. So that's been kind of interesting.
Man,
Like
like you got a lot on your plate around this beginning of the school year.
yes, indeed. Well, I just gotta keep moving forward, man. As long as I'm breathing, I ain't gonna say it like that, but yeah. But other than that, I feel like it's been pretty good. Like just to see the growth and everybody around. That's kind of weird, but like everybody around me. Just thinking about like how everyone's growing older, even though it's just a day or a couple of hours, just growing older, maturing. And we all just kind of like figuring it out. But
Wait, was that mine? Is that me?
I don't know.
I stopped hearing something. Did you stop talking or?
Not really.
Man, hold on. Man, let me make sure this doggone. My bad. These freaking headphones ain't on. I ain't gonna lie. I had some audio issues earlier. That was the reason why I backed out and came back into the stream, hoping that that issue or those issues was fixed.
Yeah.
My bad. If you want to finish, you can go ahead. My bad if I was interrupting.
Oh, well, just seeing growth. I mean, even my clients that I see, like I just off of like personal and because I do physical work, like just seeing that being an improvement over time is like, all right, we're getting there. And the little person he still be having his issues where he's like, I don't want to get on the bus. I don't want to get to school. But he has good days. And teachers sees the improvement and the great work that he's doing. So I'm just like, this is a new chapter for him. So he got to get used to it.
Right. Cole, what's been good with you, big dog? What's been happening with you? Your audio, maybe?
No, it's unmuted.
I think he muted himself again.
Mm-hmm.
Like is the thing moving, but the audio not coming on?
No, I don't hear anything. I don't see. Oh,
All right, I think he's probably gonna back out. Do what I did, probably back out and come back into this thing. So, and I was waiting on the chance to go ahead and run my mouth a little bit. So, what's been going on with your boy? So, for the last few weeks, I have been training. All right, we are training. We are preparing for our very first 5K run. Those of you that don't know, your boy is not a distance runner. Those of you that do know that I'm a sprinter. All right, I will run somebody down if it's a short distance. If it's a longer distance, I'm probably gonna throw something at it. Ain't nobody got no time to be chasing me for a long time. If it's over 10 seconds, man, forget it. They got it, dog. So this is gonna be the very first time that we will be doing a distance run and basically a race. First 5K is in November. I am extremely excited about this because again, this is something that I've never tackled before. And I would never at any capacity say that I am a distance runner. So I'm just trying to prep for this thing, man. I think I'm over prepping, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna make it do what it do, man. We trying to get that thing because most of my runs that I've been doing so far is somewhere around like the 30-minute mark. Somewhere I've been pretty much playing around with the 30-minute. I would love to drop my time by 5 to 10 minutes. If I do something like that, then we in good shape. We got some running coaches. We got a lot of people that's gonna be coming out supporting. Yeah, every single last training exercise that I do from here on out will be live on one of my YouTube channels. Katie the Great, I believe. That's the other channel. No spaces. Y'all want to come over and check that out? You're more than welcome, man. As we gear up for November the 16th, that's race day. Woo! Glad I got that out there. All right. Cole, you good, man? You got everything straight now?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay, sorry, my headphones didn't want to connect. But what Tina pretty much said, I couldn't agree with her more because school has been very interesting. Because as of right now, like I am literally sitting in carpool trying to pick them up and trying to get home because Trump's supposed to be in town. So I'm trying to get home before, because they supposed to shut down 85 and some parts of 77. So I'm trying to get out of here as quickly as I can.
What?
Yeah,
That's today in Charlotte?
today.
Oh, damn. Did they say he's gonna be what, like uptown?
They didn't say, but all I know, they said 85 parts of 77 and Uptown's gonna be shut down.
Dang. Good news, man. Well, I mean, like, I'm glad you gave me that news because I had no freaking idea. And it does seem like traffic is definitely picking up as I'm riding through the city right now.
Yeah, because I think it said, because I didn't know about it until my wife told me. So I was like, man, I got to get to their school.
Yeah.
Because they about to let out in like a few. So hopefully I can get them home in time. But like you said, school's been interesting. Work has been interesting. Like I said, I'm not gonna say my company's name. I'm not gonna air my grievances, but there's a lot going on that I'm not too fond of. But But come to stuff like this, you just gonna have to roll with the punches and just try to push through.
Yeah.
And and my wife is trying her best of trying to get me ready, like with work on my branding and trying to come up with names, because like I had tons of names, but now I'm shortening the list, trying to figure out what the name is gonna be. um and she asked me what type of goals do I have for myself, and I told her, like, when I'm able to drop, like, not, I wouldn't say drop my job, because I wouldn't do that. I would probably say once I get into the field that you're doing,
Yeah.
and I told her, like, once I first see that first check that says, either says $100, $50, $500, then I know this stuff is working, and I just have
Yeah.
to keep, and I had to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, good grief. Again, I appreciate that doggone info, man. Ah, dog about okay, all right. So those of you that are in the Charlotte area, just know it's probably gonna be crazy because I'm pretty sure you probably got people that's driving in, people that's flying in, people that's coming in by train, and they probably gonna be down here all weekend. Dang, man.
2:30 to 7, bro.
Ooh. Oh, so they already here then. Good grief. They are already here. God, okay, all right. So I know by 7 o'clock, oh, that traffic really gonna be crazy. Dang, okay, all right. My bad, y'all. I had to get my thoughts together. But let's go ahead and jump into some of these hot topics. So football season has officially kicked off. If you got a boyfriend, if you got a husband, if you got a partner, you need to understand something. That is not going to be the person that you can come to and talk to on certain days. Monday night, Sunday night for sure. Sometimes Wednesdays, Friday, it's gonna kind of depend. But I can tell you right now, especially Sunday and Mondays, you already know what time it is, man. So don't be expecting, you know what I'm saying, to be that person you can call on and listen to while he watching the game. Maybe afterward, depending on if his team won, he might be that person that'll sit there and listen or whatnot. But yeah, man, football season has officially started. Man, we had the Ravens versus the Chiefs last night. Did you get a chance to see that game at all?
Yes, I did, and that was a good game. It was a nail biter, and hate to see that the game had to end that way,
Yeah.
the way it did. And I guarantee a lot of people that are, doing the sports betting or whatever, they
Mhm.
pockets hurt.
Mm. It was close, man. It was so freaking close, dog. I mean, first of all, you got two black quarterbacks, two scrambling quarterbacks, two really, really good offensive powerhouses going head to head, man, to kick this thing off. I really enjoyed the highlights. Didn't get a chance to view that thing live, unfortunately. Had an extremely busy day at night yesterday. But man, just watching those highlights, I was just like, yo, it's so crazy that you got freaking Lamar and what's my guy's name? Henry, man, on the same damn team together, man. That's scary. That's scary, dog. But that kid that the Kansas City got, because of course they got Juju, but
Xavier
that
Worthy.
man, that kid is so freaking fast, man. It's ridiculous. I'm talking about just blowing past people with that 4.2 speed, man. 4.2 speed. Dude just like freaking lightning. You put the ball in his hand on a reverse. Even with his route running wasn't too bad either yesterday, man. Like I think that kid has a promising future. And they definitely need to keep him with the Chiefs because the Chiefs gonna make sure that they use that speed to their advantage, man. They gonna take full advantage of that mug. Patrick Mahomes, honestly, man, both quarterbacks look really, really good. They look good. They look fluent. They look like they're 100% healthy. I was just sitting there watching how Lamar throws the ball versus how Patrick throws the ball, man. It seems like Lamar most times, like he gonna zip that thing in there. Patrick Mahomes, it's almost like, listen, I'm gonna give you a nice soft pass, you know what I'm saying, and give you enough time to be able to do some moves and stuff with the ball. I love the way that Patrick Mahomes throw the ball. If I was a wide receiver, let me tell you something. I would absolutely love to be in that mug because he gonna make you look good, man. He gonna definitely make you look good. I'm gonna have to go all the way down to this other one, man. It was unfortunate towards the end, man. Towards the end, I don't think it just came down to that last play. I think that a big reason why why the Chiefs won last night, is because of those field goals, man. Those field goals really put them in the doggone game, and that's why you got to be careful, man. Your special teams is a big part of your doggone offense. That's what my coach used to always tell people. You don't realize how important kicking field goals and everything is. When your offense fails, being able to rely on your kicking team, whether it's a punt, a good punt, whether it's a good kickoff or a field goal. Like those things are so freaking important, man. And I think that honestly had a big reason on why the Chiefs was able to secure that win last night. Dang, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wanted the Ravens to win. That's not my team, but I'm a huge fan of Lamar, and I can't wait to see him get a Super Bowl ring, man. From everything that he done been through in the past couple of years. No offense to the Baltimore Ravens, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, but I think they could have did a lot better job with the way that they handled things with your boy. If I'm being quite frank, you got any? You got a football team? You got a favorite football team? Anybody you looking forward to seeing this year?
You was talking to Tina or me?
You.
Oh, I, honestly, I know my team ain't gonna really do anything. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, but I know they ain't gonna really do anything. But if we're talking teams that I am interested in seeing and see how they gel together and consider a team that everybody need to look out for, um, obviously the Chicago Bears is one to look out for
Mhm.
because they have a nice little team.
Mhm.
Um, the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Um, Another team that I'm interested in seeing is I would you could say the Chiefs because they added all these weapons, but
Mhm.
I definitely want to see how Lamar and Derrick Henry gel together because they really didn't give Derrick Henry the ball last night.
Yeah.
So I would like to see how that goes about.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that, man. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a lot more carry because again, man, you got a powerhouse like that at running back, and then of course, you got like one of the best QBs in NFL. Like making sure that your running back get enough touches because I think for the longest they've been relying on both. You can rely on Lamar's arm or his feet to be able to get you those down. So they didn't really necessarily need like a big strong running back for the longest. It was just like, yo, we good. But no, you really do. In order to balance that thing out, because you never know, they can send like different blitzing packages and stuff at you. So just being able to use that or use Big Derrick Henry, yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how they pull together this year, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Ravens do pretty well this year. Again, I'm honestly not my football team, but I'm definitely looking forward, and I hope that Lamar gets the ring this year, man. I think that kid definitely deserves it. Now, the Carolina Panthers, we are in Charlotte, so I definitely want to talk about talk about the Carolina Panthers, man. Honestly, I think that the Carolina Panthers could have already had a Super Bowl up under their belt. I think that the issue with them is when it comes to negotiating contracts and stuff, like getting people to come back. Because I think at one point in time, they could have had like some really heavy hitters on their team and healthy, like Cam Newton. before he kept going through those injuries, re-injuring and all that stuff and getting traded to, those teams or whatnot. I think that the Carolina Panthers should not have let him come back. I think that they should have set his butt out for a little bit longer just to make sure that when he did come back that he was going to be 100% healthy. I think they should have definitely kept Christian McCaffrey. I think that they should have kept my boy Luke Kuechly. I think they should have kept what is that guy's name, man? That was back that corner. He was one of the nicest corners that they had. Josh
Josh
Newman.
Allen. Is it Josh?
Josh.
Not Josh Allen or Josh? Not Josh Allen. Josh.
Was it Newman? Josh Newman. It wasn't Josh.
Josh
Newman.
Norman. Josh Norman.
Norman. Yeah, Josh Norman. Yeah, Josh Norman. By far, I think was one of their best corners, man. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he could cover his butt off, man. But yeah, I think if they would have kept all of those guys, man, like and had all of those guys healthy, because I think a lot of that went sideways when it comes to negotiating contracts and again keeping people healthy. If they would have kept that doggone team together, man, I think the Carolina Panthers would have definitely had another Super Bowl up under their belt, man. They
What?
gonna have to. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, man. I was trying to kind of touch base on what you was talking about, because if you look at it, Luke Kuechly, it was Luke Kuechly's aspect. Like, he retired because concussion issues. So
Yeah.
that really wasn't like it was a factor, but it really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I think Cam came back too early from shoulder surgery, because everybody was wondering in regards to the whole thing about the not jumping on the fumble and stuff like that. And Cam himself has addressed that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he also explained in regards of where his shoulder surgery came from, because they thinking like, oh, it came from him getting hit in the shoulder. No, he said he threw an interception. He was going for a tackle, and he landed wrong, and I guess something happened when he landed. Something happened to his shoulder. So I most definitely think if they would have kept all the pieces that they had, then they most definitely could have made another run, because
Easy.
because like you said, you let Ted Ginn Jr. go.
Yep.
In time, you let Devin Funches go. I think Kelvin Benjamin could have been a strong piece, but him and Cam was beefing. Because Kelvin Benjamin was legit almost Calvin Johnson S.
Yeah.
So you could have made it work with that. And like, yes, you had they didn't have Christian McCaffrey at the time, but I know they had Mike Tober and somebody else that was at running back around that time. I knew it wasn't D'Angelo Williams. I know that for a fact. I can't remember the other running back they had and around that time, but you had Greg Olson. You had a good defense.
G.O. Yep.
And then you had a good backup. You had a good backup tight end with Greg Olson, with Ian Thomas. You had pieces surrounding your team. And if you look at it, like, every single time the Panthers have made it to the granddaddy of them all, it was always because of something that kept them from winning the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And let's be like, everybody obviously think that Super Bowl 50, that the last Super Bowl they were in, was pretty much rigged and written for Peyton Manning, for him to walk off into the sunset.
Yeah. We definitely heard that.
But like, and I also say this, and people can disagree, and it's fine, because we're not here to disagree, and we're not here to agree on everything. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I most definitely think that what that owner did with Cam, he did him completely wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think Cam most definitely could have stayed with the Panthers. And I think even now, where he is in his career, he might still feel like he can play in the league. But I think when they brought Cam back for that short stint for the rest of the season, Cam could have literally been that body, as in, like, you could have had that one, you could have a starting quarterback, let him run the offense and do everything else. But if you need like third third down, fourth down, red
Mm-hmm.
zone plays, you use Cam to be that big battering ram
Yep.
to get you in the end zone.
Double
And
threat.
they just wouldn't take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
that's where I like Bryce Young is a great quarterback. I'm not gonna sit here and say hey he's terrible because he went to he went to Ohio State if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great quarterback. It's just he don't have an offensive line to block him. He really don't have the weapons. He had Adam Thielen and DJ Shark. Those one came from Minnesota, the other one came from Jacksonville. But and then you drafted another receiver from South Carolina. So I'm not saying that there's no possible way that they can make some noise,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna need more pieces to make this stuff work and make it happen. I would not hesitate to try to bring him in. I would not hesitate.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's
That's my
probably healthy now.
yeah, because he's just chilling.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, man. That's why I say, like, and I think again, when you start thinking about the size, when you start thinking about the double threat, you know what I mean, with him being able to throw the ball or run it, and then again the big body that's gonna get you that extra yard or two that you're gonna need. I don't think that they were honestly thinking about that, man. Like, how in the world you let something like that go? Like, man, listen, I would have paid him or threw something at him. Like, I know it ain't what you're used to getting or whatever, but if you just stick with us, you get healthy or whatever, and you have a decent season next season or whatever, then we'll be able to pay you that difference, man. Because most of those players that left Carolina, a lot of them have said, "Listen, I wanted to stay. I would love to play another year with the Carolina Panthers." So some of them would have been willing probably to take that little, pay cut or whatever, just to stay there. But yeah, man, I think when it comes to negotiating and stuff, man, I don't know who they got back there negotiating them deals, but they need to get them up out of there, dog, for real, ASAP. And then the team chemistry, man, the team chemistry was definitely there. Like all those guys actually got along with each other. Like it was a family and it was a team. And people that what I'm saying that play sports, you understand how important that is, man. Like that can honestly take you a very, very long way to the championship and even winning a championship. When you got a team that does have good chemistry versus one that don't, when everybody's together and it's a unit, it's hard to break that up. It's hard to beat a unit when you got a lot of individuals on the team. You can have the best players, you can take the best players and put them on the team, and they can lose to somebody that again that got really really good team chemistry. They know that a person gonna be at the spot when they throw the ball to that spot. Big difference, man. Big difference. Ah, dog. Well, yeah, we'll see, man. We're gonna see what the Carolina Panthers got shaking for this year, man. I might be out. I might pop out at one of the game one time this year. I've been to their stadium. I don't know how many times. Now that I think about it, I've been to the Carolina Panthers stadium. I don't know how many times, but I've never went to see them like actually play. I've been to a couple of practices. Then went to some NCAA championships and stuff like that, like different bowl games that they had out there. I was going to at least once per year, at least once per year, a few years ago. Hmm. But I've never actually went to go see the Carolina Panthers play. That's crazy. Huh. Yeah, we might have to pop out there
Hey,
one
but
day,
if
man.
you can remember, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So if you can remember off the top of your head, remember the last time you actually went to or went to the stadium for some type of event?
You said what Panther Stadium? What going on?
I was asking, do you remember when it was the last time you actually went to a game or went to the actual stadium for some type of event, whether college football?
Man, that's a great question, man. I'm gonna say it was definitely within the last 10 years. If I had to narrow it down, probably maybe 3 to 5 years ago, somewhere within that span, I actually went to go out. And again, I think that was just a college football game. It wasn't nothing crazy. Because I know it was after the pandemic, so it might have been. It might have been in the last four. It definitely had to be in the last four, I think.
Okay. Cause I, when you said that, I just thought about it myself. 'Cause I think the last time I went to an actual Panthers game
Mhm.
was probably Cam's second year in the league.
Oh, this is great.
And I don't know if you remember. You remember that heavy rain game they had against Jacksonville.
Heck no, I don't remember though.
If you look it up, it rained so hard that like it was like puddles everywhere on the field, and they were playing, and I think I had to do concessions that game. I was doing concessions at that game,
Yeah.
and I think as actually going to the stadium was probably maybe when I was in college when they had the ACC championship game there. I think it was Georgia versus well, no, it had to be Georgia versus. Was Georgia ever part of the ACC at one point?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking. Well, the game that you're thinking about, that was probably another one of the games that I had went to as well.
It
Because
was
I
like
know
I think it was Georgia versus Louisville.
probably I know the YMCA had gave me tickets a
That's
few
exactly
years
what
ago.
it was. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. Hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, good times, man. Good time. I had a good time, man. It was fun. It was fun, man. Shout out to the Wild Man for looking out. I had a great time out there. You know, being invited, and then I didn't have to stand in that long line that they had. Had the VIP tickets, baby. VIP. Yeah. Some other hot times I want to get into, man. Besides, football season again. I know we got a lot going on around the city and whatnot. But hold on, let me make sure I can pull this up. So, did you get a chance to see that Cam Newton and Dr. Bryant interview, bro?
I saw it on my feed and I never got to watch it. If you can give me a little bit of insight to see what I'm gonna look in, what I'm gonna walk into, or
Yeah.
hear what I'm gonna hear, I would like to hear it.
Man, yeah, it was crazy. So they got into a lot, and a lot of people saying that she was being disrespectful. A lot of people saying that Cam was being disrespectful, but she was pressing Cam about um, him having 8 children by 3 different women, and basically just saying that he's creating, broken homes and stuff like that, kind of holding him accountable. And then on on her side, he was basically asking, how can you be a life coach, and help out in a relationship coach and stuff like that, helping people with their relationships when you're 41 years old and you ain't never been married and you don't walk away from, I heard it was 2 proposals and I don't know, I think it was like 4 engagements, something like that. I forgot what it was, but she don't walk away. Basically never been married. How can you get people to be successfully married when you're not even doing it yourself? That's pretty much the clips that's been going viral about her speaking about or asking questions about, what he got going on with the mothers of his children, and him basically asking her about her career.
That sounds very interesting, and it sounds like a good interview, but it seems like both of them have to do some reevaluating on themselves
Hmm.
because I feel like both of them, from what you're telling me, have given great points and gave great explanations.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like he gave her something to think about, and she gave him something to think about.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I think the only thing was like what I was saying, because I actually did like a little quick short reaction. I think that a person like Cam Newton, because she wasn't gonna dig into it. Cam Newton has a history of trying to insert himself into the conversation because they weren't even talking about what he had going on. He pretty much said, you know, a lot of people see my situation. Mind you, she didn't say anything about it, but he said a lot of people see my situation and they will say that I'm low, that I'm not high functioning. And then her question to him was, you know, so what is your situation? Like, what are you talking about? And after she dug into it, you know, he basically just said, you know, I got 8 kids by 3 different women or whatever, or how many ever women he got or whatever. And he was saying, I want more. And I'm like, yo, bro, as the person that's doing the interview, why in the world would you set yourself up like that if you haven't already asked yourself this question and learn how to respond to this? Because honestly, like when it comes to like conversations and stuff, I already try to prep myself for you know different situations or whatever. If I know that I'm trying to help people work out or whatever, and people may have a question about the way that I look and stuff like that, I already asked myself that question. So I pretty much have like a response already ready, but it kind of threw me off because it seemed like he got emotional or he got in, I ain't gonna say emotion, but it seemed like he got in his feelings when she basically kind of pushed him on that, when she was basically holding him accountable. And I was like, yo, you inserted yourself in this conversation, fam. What did you think was gonna happen? And how did you not have a response for all of it? I didn't get that part, man. I didn't get that part. And I was like, yo, I mean, Cam, listen, people gonna hold you accountable, fam. Like if you're doing stuff like this, then you need to understand that people are going to, especially when you insert yourself like that, people are gonna hold you accountable. You should at least had some type of pushback or a better explanation, like explaining yourself. I was like, yo, what's going on? Crazy. And then her on the other side, because he was like, listen, we looked you up, right? And I know you say you're a doctor, you're a life coach, you help people with relationships and everything like that. But we could not find you on Wikipedia. You know, Wikipedia is how you look up somebody, and you know you're able to determine if all of this stuff is like real. Like in order for you to be on Wikipedia and everything, like they actually have people that will make sure that you are who you say you are, and all the information that you basically been putting out here, that it's coming from a credible source. And so he asked her the question like, so what's up? Like, why don't you have a Wikipedia? And no lie, she gave like a 10, 15 minute, a lot of word salad, did not really explain why she didn't have a Wikipedia. She was basically just saying, like, listen, I didn't think having a Wikipedia was more important than focusing on helping people. Okay, all right. What the hell does that mean? Like, it literally takes you a second. You have a team. So it's not necessarily saying that, and you done been out here for years. I can understand if it's been your first year, your first rodeo or whatever. First 2 years, okay, cool. 3, 4, 5, like when I come to you, I want to make sure that you are who you say you are. Like, you're actually a doctor. You actually have helped people. You actually, it's some way to be able to back up whatever that you're out here claiming. And now I did see from another YouTuber was basically saying that the school that she got her doctorate degree or whatever is no longer like credible. They had some stuff going on with the school. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't do a deep dive or whatever. So it's a lot of speculation. Like, is she really a doctor? Did she really go get a degree? Again, I haven't did enough research to be able to determine if you know all of those things just yet. But I thought that was interesting. So people love to throw that doctor out there, boy. Doctor. Make sure you call me doctor. Okay, all right.
Well, wouldn't that still not take away? This kind of doesn't really apply to the whole beginning part of the conversation, but yeah, I feel like just because the school may have fell through and didn't do what they were supposed to do, I still wouldn't think that it would take away the effort and the how they say blood, sweat, and tears, and the work that was done, that she had to do and go through to get her doctorates.
So here's the thing about certain schools, like certain criteria and everything like that. The reason why these type of things are important, because say for instance you went to some BS school that didn't get, that wasn't a credit or whatever, that curriculum and everything that they gave them, who's to say that that was, the right type of curriculum that they needed in order to get that degree in the first place?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I could have, you know what I'm saying? Say for instance, I went to school for culinary arts. We ain't cook a day in that damn class. And the school doesn't have the school doesn't have like its credits behind that. But hey, you got a degree. You went to the school, you know what I'm saying? You paid your money. You can go ahead and slap that thing on there and say you got your culinary arts license or however they do that thing. I don't know. I ain't no cook. But yeah, I mean, like, I want to make sure, especially when you have somebody that continues to throw that title around. Now, if that's something that you know what I'm saying, you got on your resume, but you're not sitting there bragging about it and pushing it to like the forefront. Like, I'm a doctor. I went to school for all these years and all. If you're not pushing it, then okay. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna press it too much. But if you're leading with those type of things, that's gonna make people kind of look into that. Oh, okay. Well, since
Mhm.
you have your doctor's degree, let's go ahead and check that thing out then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I see. That's actually a fair point. But, well, not but. Also, it's this video. I actually did not finish watching it. I ended up saving it to watch it later. But since we're on the subject of doctorate, is this video where this guy is like basically saying I'm a doctor, and he's like, I have my doctorate, but it was basically saying like, dude, you're delusional. You ain't got no degree in here. You probably did the work, but how you gonna call yourself a doctor? So they was like, so you're not a doctor. He's like, no, but I am. And I was like, I got to watch this later. I wish I would have watched it so I could give y'all the full story.
And so like I do appreciate, you know what I'm saying, that comment, because it kind of brings me back to some things that I kind of thought about like in the past, right? Like I thought about like some people that are in the gym and they become a personal trainer. They may get like a little quick certification that takes them a week to get, right? Just a week. You go, you answer a couple of questions, what do you do? What's a couple of the bones and all that other stuff. And they get out there on a training floor or whatever. And even though they have that title, that degree, or whatever the case may be, and they get on the floor and they're not necessarily helping anybody. And then you got another person that doesn't have any educational background in there, doesn't have any title, but they have that experience. And they've
Mhm.
been helping people for, years, and, have been helping people reach their goals. Well, the people that's honestly putting in the work and stuff like that, like they've actually helped those people that have been wanting to help themselves or whatever. Like, I was just kind of thinking, like, does that title, does that degree, does that whatever that is, does that really matter if they have like the experience?
I mean, for some people it does, but at the same time, I feel like what you're saying, the experience should matter way more. What's going on here? I see your, well, you know, I'm nosy. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
bad. Go ahead. I ain't know if that was Trump or what that was. I was trying to see what's going on.
Oh, I couldn't really tell. But yeah, like, people, I think sometimes people put more emphasis on titles and certificates more than like actually thinking about the experience that people put into it, or just the life lessons that goes into it. So I would say having both would be, more quote unquote ideal. But if you're looking for someone that's really going to help you out or really going to do the job, I think the experience should speak way more than the certificate or the doctorate or the title. You're muted.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Because since we're talking, since you brought up the example of like working out or something like that, because I came across a post this morning um while at work, and it was somebody that I went to school with. Not gonna disclose her because she's a really good friend to me, and I ain't gonna do her like that. Um, there was a lady that was working out. She's a personal trainer, and I think what kind of rubbed her the wrong way is she said, "I don't understand how people that are out here charging folks an arm and a leg just to be a personal trainer for somebody, like you're paying a person $1,000, 1,500, or whatever the case may be, just for them to help you get to your fitness goals. Do y'all think that is outrageous for people to charge that much to help somebody achieve that fitness goal that they're looking for? Because I know for myself, like I know for me, like right now, I am not in the best shape, but I know that I'm trying to get in the best shape I possibly can. But at the same time, it's like you got people that like to, like, you want to ask for help, and he's like, well, this is what I charge, and this is what I'm gonna make you pay and stuff like that. And I'm like, why should I have to pay for you to help me? Especially like you was once in that position.
Hmm.
And you want to go first, and then I'll follow up. Or
Oh yeah, let the professional conclude it. Well, my take is, so I feel like some people that charge these ridiculous amount for certain services is either because I do, well, anyway, but is one like, again, I feel like they value their certificate or their doctorate, and so they want to be compensated for their time that they went through to get there. And then another part of it is, I feel like if they have the results, I feel like you can charge whatever you want because you know that the results are there. Now, for those ones that you may not, they don't have the history and they be charging an arm and a leg, I feel like they just after the money. Like they know that they can make XYZ amount of money, and either you gonna pay it or you not. And then sometimes I feel like they may charge that amount. It's just to see how committed you are with it. Because some people, you might charge on the lower side and they feel like, okay, you don't take it that serious. And I feel like that's probably why. So, a couple of things there to kind of explain why some, I'll just say some providers, because I know in my career field, they could charge an arm and a leg for it too. But again, it's some of those folks that's just doing it. Hey, and then you might have the whole, I've been at it for XYZ amount of years. Like, too, that's another thing that they factor in as well. So it kind of just depends on the type of person, the type of provider that you are asking for service from. But go ahead, Katie.
facts. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think this is a phenomenal question, and these are definitely questions that I would encourage people to ask themselves. Ask the person that they plan on hiring. Can you break it down why you are charging whatever it is you charge? And I feel like as a professional, you should be able to explain to a person, a customer, a client, the reason why you charge what it is that you're charging. That's going to let what type of person you're dealing with. Because if somebody press you, you know what I'm saying, you should be able to explain, why your prices are the way that they are. Now, you have a lot of people out there They get into a certain profession, whether it's photography, fitness, or whatever. And the first week they don't know anything, but they got expensive equipment and things like that, and they try to charge people an egregious amount of money to again pay for that equipment, or they may have seen, these are the prices online or whatever. And you got to be careful about those when it comes to those people. But the people or the person that either has been doing it for a while, they do have the results, like you were saying earlier, and it's really that information. Information is key. Information is the barrier that a lot of people honestly need before they actually start charging those crazy prices. When you can, and also customer service too. Customer service go a long way. So if they got the knowledge, they got the experience, and they got the customer service. Those are three major things that needs to be considered when you're charging that amount. If a person got all of those things, if they're checking off all three of those boxes, just know most of the time that price is going to be extremely high. But with that comes a lot. And again, it's important that you ask questions. And a person that does have that information does not have any issue with explaining those things to you. So yeah, if they got the results and everything like that, and they have good customer service and whatnot, then I would say yeah, that price gonna be a little hefty, especially when you look at the market. When you look out at the market and you know a basic person, a regular person, the average, let's just say personal trainer, how they go about doing things versus when you get in contact with that person, they're a little bit more organized, a lot more professional, a little bit more detailed. And again, that customer service to me is everything. They, if they got good customer service and and they check off all the rest of those boxes, then yeah, 9 times out of 10, that price is going to skyrocket. And go and reach out and talk to, some of their clients or whatever, and see what their clients have to think, or see what their clients think about them. If all them boxes checking off, then hey, and they're the people that they have helped have nothing but great things to say about them, and they're not just their friends, but actual clients, then yeah, I would say it would be worth it. You're always gonna pay extra for those people that go above and beyond versus those average people. But you got average people out there that be trying to charge arm and a leg as well. Great question though. I like that question. Like that. Did that did that answer? Because I know you were saying something about your friend. What do you think that they fall in the category of as far as customer? Let's start off with customer service.
I don't know because I really don't know because I haven't spoken to her in like I probably haven't spoken to her like in like 2 years. So
Okay.
just seeing when she posted it and seeing her reaction to it by post, I was like, I get it sometimes, but like, I guess I I guess personally for me, I've never seen somebody pay that much for a personal trainer.
Yeah. So
I
what
I,
do
I just
you
never
remember
seen
all
it.
it? My bad. Do you remember what all it like in entails? Like when you say, because you said it was four figures, right? At least $1,000.
It was over $1,000. Yeah,
Okay, over $1,000. What is that for the month? That's for the entire month.
that's monthly, I think.
What do you remember? What all do they get like within that month? Like does that come with a meal plan?
I
A certain.
now that I don't know because she didn't really go into detail in regards of it. All she just showed was the lady that was a personal trainer, her working out and saying how much she charges for
Mm,
everything. And because I guess you're saying that if you're making a meal plan for somebody, it's a person that probably can't control their eating habits. So like, but I most definitely think like if you're gonna train somebody and things of that nature, you most definitely have to do like almost like an assessment to see where that person is. Like, can they control their eating habits? What like because if they can't, then they gotta be on a meal plan. Because I feel like if you're gonna do all that, I think your price and the training and all that stuff depends on where a person is at mentally, physically, and emotionally. because a person can be frustrated and do emotional eating.
Mhm.
So you have to look at all aspects to see where that person is in order to determine your price instead of just being like, well, this is what it is. It
Yeah.
don't matter if it has to have moving parts to it.
Yeah, I think
Now,
that's. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, if she went into detail about it, then I can pretty much give you what her whole opinion is. But she really didn't even go into any detail about it. She just spoke her opinion, and
Gotcha.
that was it.
What was her opinion on the if I may ask?
She pretty much said it was outrageous. I would never pay
Oh,
that.
oh. So the young lady that said that it was outrageous, that was the one that you went to school with, and she was saying that she would never pay for a personal trainer. She would never.
Yeah, she would never. Yeah, she said she would never pay that.
Hmm. And she's a trainer herself.
No, I
Oh,
guess I guess she's somebody that's and from either she's someone that's trying to get in shape or just
oh,
somebody that's online seeing something like that and saying like, nah, I'm not doing that.
right. So the only pushback that I would give with that is I like to look at things sometimes like worst case scenario, right? Is paying that money honestly worth that little bit of money? Is that not worth having a healthier lifestyle, being able to run behind your children? And I'm telling you, a healthier lifestyle just it makes your life a million times better. And it kind of changes your mindset on a lot of different things because while you're working out, you're going to go through a lot of different emotions as a person. Like, and every time you break down those barriers when it comes to you working out and stuff like that, man, I don't know. It shifts a lot of things in you. That's why I honestly I would always encourage people to, start incorporating some type of workout and stuff into your day, rather even if it's just walking. Like I have some of the best thoughts when I start walking. It's like, yo, bro, why didn't I think about this? 2-3 weeks ago, man. This is great.
Yeah, and I agree because like I said earlier, like, I'm not in the best shape that I wish I could be in because like, man, I promise you there are days where I wish I was back to the size I was in college and high school. And I kept telling myself like I'm gonna get back there one day. I'm gonna get back there one day. But I have to understand is that I'm not 19. I'm not in my 20s anymore. So what I would think my body would look like when I was in high school and college won't look the same.
It'll look better. I think when your mindset change, because I don't really think about age that much. Like, because we literally have 9-year-olds. We have people that are in their freaking, what, 80s? It was a 80-year-old woman that just recently ran like a 5K and broke a record. Like, I think that, as we get older, we should not think like, yo, I'm trying to get back to this, but understand that, listen, not only can I get back, but I can be a million times better because of the mindset that I have behind it. So when I was in high school, I didn't take this thing serious. When I was in high school, I didn't know that, I could have a six pack or whatever the case may be. I didn't think like that. But now that I'm older, I know the more time, the more effort that I put into this thing, like it can be done. And I can actively like see those results, the more work and time that I put into this thing. I have literally seen people go from 500, 600 pounds to trimming down to being like 100 or something. They've never been that way their entire life. And these are people that are in their 40s, 30s, 40s, 50 years old they've never been that size a day in their life. And they achieved that at an older age. Like it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, cause we family, so I could be transparent with y'all. Like, I think since I've known you, LeCarry, like I've always my weight has fluctuated between 215, 220.
Mhm.
And life happens, you have kids, you work a job and whatever case may be, things happen. and I told myself I would never get past this threshold. And probably by the end of last year, I had passed that threshold, and I was so down on myself because, like, I was like, I told myself I would never get past this point. And then even when like other people look at me, people don't think I'm the weight that I am
Hmm.
because my height kind of throws it off.
Hmm. Yeah.
So like when I when I notice that, like, man, like I can't jump like I used to. I can't like do certain things when it comes to basketball like I'm so used to doing. And it's like now, like, not even now, it's probably been a couple months where it's like I was like, I have to change this. Like, I have to do it. Not just for me, but for my kids. But I mostly want to do it for myself because, man, because I could be honest to say, man, there are days and nights where I'm looking at myself in the mirror, bro, and like it's like you see yourself but in a different body. And it's hard. It's really hard because you look at the stuff you used to wear and then you like, man, I can't fit that no more. And sometimes you be thinking like, I can fit this, like it's fine. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and all you see is like, dang, I got a belly poking out. Like, that's kind of crazy. And then you see yourself not wanting to wear, like, actual clothes. You just want to see yourself. You just see yourself wearing sweatpants and a oversized T-shirt to cover up everything that you created with yourself. Because and let's be honest here, because unless you have somebody that is disciplined when it comes to that healthy lifestyle and everything, sometimes you just you lose track and you lose yourself
Hmm.
because you got life going on and you're not even thinking about like what you're putting in yourself. You're like, I'm hungry, I gotta go find something quick to eat. Let me eat something, and then next thing you know, it you sleep and you got it on your stomach, and eventually all that stuff that you got sitting on your stomach turns into fat,
Yeah. That's
and
facts,
that's
man.
and that's where it gets, you know, it gets kind of difficult sometimes, and I have to look past it. And I started walking, and then I'm like, okay, I could walk, but I was like, I want to go run. Like, I really want to go run. I want to go lift weights
Hmm.
and all this stuff. But like, I don't know how. I don't know where I don't know where I'm at because I haven't lifted weights in like I don't know how long.
Hmm. Tell you what, man. First of all, bro, I absolutely love, how transparent and real you are just for being able to put that out there and admit a lot of things that a lot of people cannot, like. That's literally the hardest thing to do, to be able to put that thing out into the atmosphere and admit, like, listen, I know I can do better. I know I will do better. I just don't know where to start. That's beautiful, man. And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, right? It's funny. It's funny that you brought this up because I was actually thinking about this. I recently ran a 400. So the 400, for people that don't know what it is, in track, people run one lap around that track as fast as they can go. I'm talking about top speed, and you just gas out, just give it all you got. So in high school, I ran a time. I think my very first time that I ran a 400 in high school was like 110, like 1 minute 10 seconds, 1 minute 6 seconds. It was slow. I started off fast. I was in front of everybody, and by the time we got around to that last 100, when I tell you that monkey got on my back and everybody started passing by me, and I'm thinking in my head, bro, this will never happen ever again in life. I was so embarrassed. Everybody was cheering for me at first, and by the time I got to that finish line, they was just walking around their head. And don't worry about it, man. You'll get them next time. Man, I felt so freaking bad, dog. Anyway, by the end of the year, I end up placing first in every single last one of my races. I dropped my time down from 110 all the way down to 49 seconds, which is freaking insane. That was my very first year actually running track and taking it serious. So recently, I just started back training for my 5K. I haven't ran a 400 in probably let me see, hold on, a decade and maybe 8, 9 years. It's been a minute. It's been almost, let's just say, almost 2 decades since I ran that. My time, when I gave it everything I got, Mind you, I feel like I'm in decent shape, but not where I need to be. My time was like a 103. When I tell you I felt just like that kid again. Like I'm talking about I was bummed. I was like, bro, what? I did a minute or something. I'm thinking when I'm going around the track, I was like, yo, this is gonna be at least maybe a 55. You can actually tell, like I recorded and everything, man. Your boy was so bummed out when I looked at that time, but it sparked something in me. It sparked a different type of fire because I'm thinking to myself, I remember this. I was in the same spot 2 decades ago, almost 2 decades ago. Not only did I overcome that minute and 10 seconds or however long, probably longer than that. It was trash. It was horrible. And I did that in front of everybody. I'm talking about everybody. KD is so freaking fast, this, that, and the third. It's different when you got a little reputation behind you and everybody expecting for you to do good. And you pass that finish line and know, man, let's good grief. But I thought about that time when I came in last place, and what you were saying honestly resonated with me, man, because I feel like I too myself am pretty much kickstarting the journey. And even though I don't necessarily know like how the heck I really improved that thing over time, I can go back through and, do some stuff that my coaches kind of like taught me or whatever. But I literally got on YouTube and I've been looking at how to drop that time down. Man, we need to get together though, bro. We definitely need to get together, man. We can kickstart. If you only want to do 1 day per week or whatever, it ain't got to be nothing crazy. We can get together, do a little workout or a little lifting, a little walking or whatever. Nothing crazy. Just to get back in there, just walking and talking. You already know you got me, man. If you need me.
Yeah, honestly, man, I can literally go like to start out right now. I can literally go 3 days a week. Like
Okay,
no.
I got you. We can definitely do one. I'm gonna have to get myself together with the three, but we can definitely start off. I mean, if all y'all want to go, seeing if you want to, what I'm saying, get in there. I don't know what days y'all want to go, either a Monday, Friday, or something like that. If y'all want to do it before, the podcast or whatnot, or again, if y'all want to do it on a Monday, just let me know, man. We can come together and figure something out. Whether it's now after the podcast or whatnot. That's phenomenal though, man. I love it, dog. I love hearing stuff like that, man. Cause I'm able to see myself in everything that you just said just now. Like that doggone feeling, man. Like I'm in my doggone. I'm running, thinking like, man, what's going on? I ain't even gonna talk about that training session that I had yesterday, man. Good grief. All right.
Why you don't want to talk about it?
Huh?
Why you don't want to talk about it?
Well, it'll be long. It'll be way
Oh,
too long. Yeah. That training session that I did yesterday at the park. Again, one thing about me though, I enjoy the process. Like I'm not necessarily looking forward to the race in November. That's when I run the 5K. I'm more looking forward to each and every day that I have to train. Like it's the hunt that gets me excited, not actually catching, the prey or whatever or whatnot. I'm just excited about the hunt. Everything about that gets me excited. Every day that I get up, I'm like, yo, bro, how are we gonna do today? Are you gonna be able to put a little bit more into it today that you weren't able to put into it like yesterday? Like, how can we go a step above 120%? Man, I get excited about being out of breath, boy. Like, look at you. That boy over here gasping for breath. Oh man, because it's just another hurdle that you got to get over. And I think that our bodies are a lot tougher than we give ourselves credit. Man, I'm telling you, it amazes me. Anything that I thought that probably wasn't possible, like all of those hurdles that I was able to get over, I'm just like, man, listen, anything is possible. One of my friends was asking me the other day. I actually had the text message. I don't understand why in the world, whatever is going on, you always have like a certain calm about you, like you're never worried. I never thought about it like that. I was like, I don't know if I would say all that, but I don't know. I think in most cases, man, it's like this. I'm just gonna give 120%, and whatever happens, happens. Like if I give 120% and we come in eighth place, it's all right. It's okay. I can tell you one doggone thing, but that boy still worked his butt off each and every day, and we still got better. You know, because in most cases, it's not life or death anyway. So I know after this, I'll still be able to go and get my burger and my milkshake. No, I'm joking, man. But no, always a little reward at the end of the tunnel, man. It's always a way that you can reward yourself at the end of that tunnel. But no, I wanted to go ahead and pull up. It was a clip that I seen online that was. Wait, did y'all have anything else that y'all wanted to chime in about before we get into that clip? You can go ahead and pull it up though, Tim.
No.
No. All right, so this is a young lady. She's been going viral on TikTok. All right, about her job. I'm gonna go ahead and let her go ahead. Did you check and see if the speakers and everything is up or whatnot? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, it should be at the top. You should be able to see like some speakers, like a little volume thing. You can just make sure.
Oh, all the way up.
Yeah, so we can hear it. Then you can go ahead and play it whenever you're ready. Wait, oh, my bad. Kobe, did you have anything else that you wanted to chime in before we get into it?
Nah, we good to go.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead, kick it.
Okay, can you? I'm sorry, I didn't. What? Can you say that again?
Yeah. Hi, Tatiana. This is Shelly from HR.
From HR. Okay. No, I don't remember you. But what's going on?
Well, we had a discussion a couple weeks ago about your absenteeism and tardiness.
Okay.
Do you know what time you have to be clocked in at work?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, on 7/18, you clocked in at 6:12.
Wow.
We had a discussion about that.
12 minutes.
Yeah, but you know they're waiting on you to be there, clocked in and ready to work at 6.
Okay.
So your employment is really going to be terminated as of today, because also on 7/28 you clocked in at 6:21.
21 minutes.
Yes, that's 21 minutes of company time.
But I still work though. Like I still like. Why didn't y'all tell me that today when I was just at work?
Because I handle all the HR, so they wanted me to call you because we had that discussion. Remember about?
And that was the day that I let my. All right, keep going.
So you were also on 8/8. You clocked in at like 6:32.
That was it. Okay, so I let my cousin use my car the night before, and he didn't bring it. He overslept or something. He didn't bring it back till the morning. So like, I still made it though.
Literally like 9 days after we talked. So, and then on 8/12, you just did a no call, no show.
That was my birthday, August 12th. That's my birthday. Like, I already told you.
Request that day off work though.
But y'all know that's my birthday. I'm not.
Birthday.
No, that's fine. All right. Okay.
Everyone works on their birthday. Even I worked on my birthday.
Y'all too grown for me.
Well, unfortunately, I just need you to turn your keys in. And
I'll be there tomorrow because that's crazy. That's crazy. Like what? What? No.
You're muted.
My bad. You on purpose. I think that's what's driving me crazy. The fact it's so many things that's going wrong with us right now. The fact that you get that you click that doggone record button and you got that bonnet on is just driving me crazy. Like, bro, come on, man. What we doing? What we doing? And then I'm trying to figure out, why is she recording and why did she share? She uploaded this to TikTok for what reason? that thing in no way, shape, form, or fashion made you look good. I mean, all bad. From appearance, the way that you were speaking and talking, to HR. Like, you don't even know this woman. Why in the world are you? Oh my goodness, boy. It's no wonder why this young lady did not have a job anymore. It's no wonder why they let her go. And it ain't, it's not just, her being late. The way that you're talking to people, man. Like, I don't understand. And then she confused is what's blowing me right now. Y'all, please let me know. What are y'all thoughts on this, man?
It's definitely not the opposite of where you at. Like I guess she really thought that the people was gonna be on her side, and that's probably why she decided to record it and show the world and try to get some support. Yeah, no, that's that is not it. Actually, I'm gonna put this back up real quick because they have some comments on what did it say? She, she want to be a Section 8 queen. Somebody said, well, that was the funniest one. Girl, I'm on HR side. I was so embarrassed by your experience. 21 and 32 minutes late is a lot. So she really don't have no grounds to be acting like they're in the wrong. And like you were saying, like her demeanor and her attitude just seems like it's probably more than her being late was another reason why they let her go. Cause I'm sure she just seemed like one of those ones that she might do her job, but she'll do her job when she feel like doing her job. Obviously, because she
What do these people feel? I'm gonna let you go, Kobe, but what do these people don't fail to realize? Like, fam, you work for that company. That company does not work for you. They can fire you and replace you just like that. Do not think that you're above the reproach, man. Like, no, you're a worker just like everybody else here. Like, you are paid to do a job. You're paid to come in and clock in when you are scheduled. When you are late, when you do a no call, no show because it's your birthday. What? Because, man, go ahead, Kobe. Go ahead, man.
oh wait, and didn't HR say that she didn't even request her birthday off? She's like, she made it sound like people are supposed to just know. Like it's a company. There's thousands or hundreds of thousands of people in this business, in this company. Ain't nobody gonna know your birthday like that. But yeah, he can go ahead now. My bad. Go ahead, Cole.
Honestly, I think that shows a lack of maturity because she. So we don't even know how old the lady is. First off, but it's just the assumption to think like, oh, I'm gonna take off because this, and you clocked out because that whole time that she was thinking that she wasn't doing no wrong, all they've been doing is creating paper trail. Because at this point, they had a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, like we were just saying, like how her attitude is, there's no telling what else, like the paper trail, what else is on the list of why they let her go.
It can be anything.
I feel like she's in her early 20s.
If she is, then that explains a lot.
I feel like she's in her early 20s and just feel like everything just revolves around her. Everybody look. That was actually one of the things that was mentioned in the session that I had the other day. Okay, I had myself echoing.
Go ahead. My bad.
Okay. I was just hearing. Okay. Yeah, but it was like, dang, I don't lost my train of thought.
You was saying something about you were just thinking the other day.
Yeah, like it was a conversation I was having where it was, I don't forget which way it was going, but it was like they just, but it was in the aspects of relationships. It was like saying that, okay, so you think that everybody around you was in the wrong, you ain't think of yourself. Like, what's the common denominator here? Is you. It's not the people around you. If you feel like everything just falling apart and stuff like that, or these situations isn't going the way that you feel like it should be going, I mean, the only person you really can control is yourself.
Man, listen, I don't care how old you is. You are a grown adult. And I'm pretty sure this is what grinds my gears, right? When people go into a job interview, so freaking humble, because I guarantee you didn't have that type of attitude when you first started working there. When you went in to apply for that job, when you put that application in, they called you for an interview. I guarantee that wasn't the person that you showed, because you wouldn't have got that job if you was acting like that. Showing up with your bonnet on, being dismissive, like rushing people. I don't understand. I just don't get it, man. And then you have people like this that will swear up and down that, you know what, I'm gonna start my own business. Do you not think that when you get out here and you start doing whatever it is, that you still don't have to work for people? You still don't have to be respectful. You still don't have to conduct yourself as a professional. Like, no, man, you gonna cut yourself out of a lot of money, a lot of relationships because of that attitude. That attitude ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. Not an attitude like that. Except for where she is right now, unfortunately, which is
Unemployed.
right. Fire. Fire.
Oh.
That's a lot, man. I can't stress enough how important professionalism is. Like, that stuff is gonna take you so far, and it's gonna keep you in places that you want to be in and excel, and have you go above and beyond. Being a people person in this world, like, if you honestly want to make it in life, I'm telling you, you ain't got no choice. Especially if you want to continue to level up. The better you are with people, the more money, the better resources, the more, relationships and things are going to continue to blossom when you work on you. Do not think that you can be one of these people that's like this young lady right here, that's gonna be able to continue to get by. Probably ain't even had that job for a year. Guaranteed. And already, she done been late, I don't know how many times, and then a no call, no show. And then you putting this out here for the world to see. There's gonna be a lot of other jobs. Yeah, no, we good. You that viral lady. You went viral on TikTok. But what people fail to realize is the people that's hiring you, most of the time, they are your peers now. Those people, they on TikTok. Everybody on TikTok. So that person that's hiring, like, nah, I know this chick. She ain't gonna come to work on time. She ain't gonna call, she gonna do no call, no show. Yeah, no, I'm good, fam. I'm good. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you gotta be careful what you're showing, what you put out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I put my twin out there like that. I love her. But anyway,
You say what?
I said I don't want. Well, it was something that happened, and she said someone recorded her, and she had to go through a lot to get it taken down off of YouTube. Like, even people that shared it and stuff. I feel like yeah, but she had to go through a lot to take that down, because like I don't know if she said it affected anything, but I guess it probably did, since she went through that.
Mm.
Yeah, went through that to try to get, well, she did get the video down and stuff like that, but it took her some time and stuff like that. And you just don't want that type of image out there about you, because people look at that and consider that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm
Uh,
glad that she was able to. Oh, yeah, I'm glad she was able to get that taken down.
Digital footprint is everything, people. We discuss and we talk about that all the time. Your digital footprint is everything. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I ain't trying to, throw no pour salt on the wound. But once it's out there, it's out there. There is no way in the world that you can delete a video off of the internet, off of social media once it's put out there. Because there are ways. I ain't gonna talk about it. But yeah, I'm just listen. Once it's put out there, it is out there. And not to mention, it could be on it could be on other social media platforms as well. It could not just be on Facebook or just on YouTube, but people can put stuff out there, man. That's crazy. Somebody recorded you doing something you had no business doing, and then they uploaded it. Man, good grief.
Man, she was. But this was years ago. But yeah, I'm glad she was still. I mean, even if hopefully it doesn't resurface though. But you know, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put positive vibes out there.
Yeah, listen, I'm definitely not speaking ill will, but I want to also make sure that we also educate the people out there and just get them to understand. Don't do anything crazy where people can record you and put you out there, because if you do, just because you got it deleted off of somewhere does not mean that that thing is gone. Does not mean that that thing cannot resurface. That's why it's important, when you go outside of your home, it's bad. You got to watch what you do inside your house now. you can't, you can't go nowhere.
We got webcams and mics all over.
Just be better, man. Listen, we just got to do and we got to be better, man. That is the only solution. Regardless of what you got going on, you need to understand, man. I have to get better. I have to be better, because once that thing get out there on social media, and everything is going viral now. Anybody get a hold of something and they put on TikTok, they do a reaction or whatever, and it ain't even got to be nothing crazy. It can literally be from the title. It can literally be from the title. If you have a decent enough influencer to blow it up bigger than what it's supposed to be, hey, it's over. It's up for you. Now you done became a meme or something. Digital footprint is everything, people. Digital footprint is everything, man. Good grief. Mm. So do you know how long it took her to get it taken down, or?
Mm, if she did say, I can't recall. I feel like it just took her a while to do so.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So question. Anybody got anything else they want to chime in before we move to the next question? Got to be more careful. Good grief. Mm. Whew. Boy. Lord have mercy. All right. So, in your opinion, what makes a person bitter?
Oh, that's a good question.
I would say what makes a person bitter is based. A person can be bitter because of hurt, um, trauma. That's really the thing when you talk bitterness is really because of hurt and trauma.
And how would y'all have like a person to deal with that? Like if they're being bitter or they become bitter for whatever reason, like how would you think would be the best way to solve that issue or solve for that problem?
Honestly, bro, when I come across people like that, I tend to not to deal with them per se. I'm just being honest. Like I have a tendency of not dealing with people like that because where that person has those traits of being bitter and stuff like that, that tends to rub off on people, and I don't like to be around that.
I definitely respect that. I respect that.
What, repeat the question?
Yeah, so it's a few different questions, right? So we just go ahead and just knock it all out. What makes a person bitter? How do you normally like deal with a bitter person? Uh, I got a lot of what's the name cars passing by right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much yeah. What makes a person bitter, and how do you deal with bitter people? Or how would you tell people they should deal with a bitter person? Maybe y'all can give people some insight on how to recognize bitter people as well.
Like I said, I think people that are bitter, they have this aura that in regards to them because it's always negative. They got to be negative at all costs. And man, some like I learned this from a song years ago.
Right.
Misery needs company.
But are they okay? So could they be bitter in a certain aspect of their life, like maybe work or um,
Most definitely. I think bitterness comes in bitterness comes in different ways. Like it can come in relationship, it can come in your life, what you've been through. It can come in a lot of aspects. It's just based on how a person goes about it. Like I told KD, like when it comes to people that when I see a person like that gives that off, and because all you see is them talking negative, or always when it comes to like anybody in a relationship, she always has to get advice. So like leave them. Like that's bitter, yo.
Facts.
Just because
Facts.
yours didn't work out doesn't mean theirs can't work out.
That's facts.
so you know one way to identify is like the person normally has like a negative demeanor towards things,
Pretty much.
and what's the question? So how do you help, or how do you?
Yeah, yeah. The question is, again, what is what is a bitter person? How would you be able to identify it? And how do you deal with bitter people, or how would you maybe be able to provide some insight to other people on how to deal with bitter people?
Oh, okay. Um, I mean, I still feel like in certain environments, you kind of can't just like not. Well, I mean, you don't have to interact. You could be in their presence, but you don't necessarily have to interact. I mean, you could give. I feel like you could give advice on how on how to let them know. Hey, it depends on how you deliver it, and stuff like that. So, like hey, or just ask, why are you always this way towards XYZ? And then hopefully they'll go home eventually or at some point in time and be like, dang, reflect on themselves on why they are, why they tend to be negative Nancy's. And hopefully that'll help. But typically, like, it depends on the environment, if you could just ignore it, ignore it. Otherwise, hopefully drop a, what is it? But give them just leave a little trail to let them find their way.
I'm not asking why you so damn bitter all the time. Good grief.
That's not gonna.
Burns. Every time you turn around, you always got something negative to say. You got to have that one friend that's gonna hold you accountable. That's just gonna be blunt, straight to the point. It always start with that facial expression. They gonna let you finish. God, dog. Why you, every time you come out the house, every time you come around, it's got that negative cloud around you just being. Sometimes it take that though for people to honestly get the picture. Sometimes you can't sugarcoat it. Sometimes you can't drop them little crumbs. They don't pick up on that thing. So you know what? We just gonna go ahead and bow, get straight to the point, man. Stop being so bitter all the time. That's why don't nobody want you around. Like, gee, let it go. If you've been hurt, man, go and speak. Go and talk to the damn person that you felt like, hurt you, did you some harm or whatever. And don't try to talk at that person. Talk to them and be able to resolve whatever issues you got going on, man, because this ain't making your life no better. Being bitter. It's gonna keep you in that same place that you are right now. 5, 10 years later, you're gonna still be there, still stuck in that same mindset. Because you ain't been able to get over that hurt or whatever that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But what I think is a little bit frustrating at times though, because social media, becoming a content creator is so freaking, it's too easy now. Honestly, it's literally too easy for people to go out here, be able to create content, and they can literally pander to a certain audience and be able to grow their channel to the point where they're making a significant amount of money, which I don't really trip off that. It's really about the people that you're affecting along the way, giving them false information, false hope, painting a certain type of narrative. And now those people are running in the victim Olympics and following behind you because of some BS that that's not working for you. And now you got a whole army of people that's following you. Hundreds of thousands of people. They got that same bitter mindset. That thing crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I see content creators. I'm talking about men and women. It's not just women, but men and women that get on these type of spaces, and they could be bitter for whatever reason, and they come with some decent talking points, and you got a lot of people that get behind them and fuel the fire, and they become bigger than what they should be, and now they are basically infecting the world with their negativity, with their bitterness. And you literally got more and more bitter people that are coming together, making that doggone that platform or their channel, their page or whatever, just bigger and bigger.
And do
It's
you
some,
feel like um because of that is causing a trickle effect where people are people because I think majority of the time you see people that are in that realm of where they have like millions of subscribers where it gets to the point where they like I don't think these like maybe people do, but like do you honestly see people our color expressing to our people that like, hey, this is how I got here. Like, let me show you what you can do. Because
I
you most
think
definitely you don't see people at our age doing it because the kids of this generation are not showing it. They're just posting whatever.
I think algorithms are different. The way that YouTube do that algorithm, Facebook and everything. I think that it is people out here that are doing those things, but the issue and the problem is they don't get the attention and the recognition that they should be getting. People would much rather push that negative, like negativity again, that bitterness. More people are getting up under those type of videos and commenting and going back and forth because I think honestly, if you really want to drive a video, if you really want a video to do well, all you need is one person. That's it. You need one person that's going to continue to disagree, that's going to continue to go back and forth with you. I'm talking about to the ends of this earth. Every time you look on there, you got another comment from them. And that will literally push that video to go so big, so viral, and continue to it's those comments, those interactions versus again that kid or that person that's out there doing the right thing, being positive or whatever. You got people that might like the video, but most of the time when they get the information, they leave. They're not gonna comment. People would much rather comment on again a young lady that just lost her job or whatever. Somebody that's getting on there talking about their baby mama, their baby daddy. Oh, this person is right. And then the other person get up on it, yeah, this person is right or this person is wrong. Like, no, they should have took accountability. It starts friction. It starts an argument. And then you got a lot of people that's going back and forth on that post. And you got a person that's putting the positive stuff out there, got 1,000 views, 100 likes, 15 comments. Most of them is from his homeboys or from her homegirls or whatever. Then you got another post over here, somebody that just got fired or that's getting into it with their baby mama or their baby daddy. They can't stand them or whatever. And that thing got 200,000 views, 16,000 likes, and 200,000 comments. I know them numbers was way off, but but those videos always tend to blow up. Again, it's just going back to people just want to be negative. People are looking to argue, to go back and forth with somebody because they think that they're right. So that content seemed like it's pushed where it actually is. Because again, you do got some algorithms, the way that certain social media platforms work, they're going to push that video a lot more because they see the engagement, they see the interactions, and they think because that thing has more comments that, oh, more people want to see this video. So we're going to put this in front of more people and see if more people are going to click on it. And most people, listen, you got a decent thumbnail, a decent title, and they see them views up there. Oh, this has to be a good video. Let me click on this. And it probably ain't got nothing to do with what you was about to search for. But the fact that it got a certain amount of views and a catchy title or whatever, thumbnail, it's done grabbed you and it's done pulled you in. Now you're in the matrix.
I would say it goes back to what the cliche says: misery needs or loves company. I think my question is why?
Well, Kobe, you want to answer this first before I get into it? It's a good
You're
question. It's a
asking,
great question.
you said why? Repeat that one more time.
Basically, why do we have this cliche of why does misery love company?
Because a lot of people that are bitter and they see people that are happy and they see that they're striving, you always got that one person. It's not I think it's just generally in life because you see, like, think about a person that is famous and they might, let's prime example, let's say Kevin Durant. Let's use him for example. Kevin Durant is evidently one of the best scorers in the NBA. He can be a 28 per game score, 28 points per game, but he can have that one game where he had 4 points, didn't shoot well from the field and everything, and you got that one person out of everybody that's come out of nowhere and be like, everybody's like, KD's great, he's so awesome, and then you got that person be like, well, he had a bad game. You remember when he only scored 4 points, and that's when you're like, dude, like, really? I think you have that person that is straight across the board from relationships, sports, anything that you can possibly think of. You're always gonna have that one person that's trying to be negative. It always happens.
But
You
why?
probably, Tina, you probably had somebody around you that, like, you could have been doing so good. Everything was just working its way for you. And you got that one person that just had to ruin everything. And I guarantee if you really, really think hard about it, you probably got that. You probably got somebody like that.
My circle's small.
Yo. So I'm thinking about.
Go ahead. Well,
Oh, go ahead. My bad. What'd
I
you
feel
say?
like the question why might be a extensive question.
No.
I mean, but
Well,
it don't feel. I'm not saying that he didn't answer, but it doesn't really feel like it answers the question. It's probably just more of like the answer of that's just the way it is. Just like when we talk about like the double standards and
Well, I was
um,
gonna give my synopsis. I was letting Kobe go first, and then I was gonna
oh,
chime in.
all right, let's see what you got. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, let's just think about it. So it's a radio personality. I'm not gonna say any names or whatever. And let's just say this person. I think that it's obvious that they've been hurt in prior relationships or whatever in life, and I oftentimes see them, get online or whatever and bash the other side, like the other sex or whatever. And I think that oftentimes the reason behind that is a lot of bitter people don't want to do the work. A lot of bitter people prefer to put themselves in an echo chamber because it's easier. Instead of doing the work on myself, I know that I need to fix myself. I know that I need to work on myself. It's a lot easier to put certain things out there to paint a certain picture because I know I'm gonna have a lot of people that agree with me because a lot of those people are lazy and they don't want to do the work. I think that that's pretty much what it all boils down to. The reason why people are bitter and the reason why people don't want to fix that issue is because it's a lot easier to pander. You're gonna make a lot more money. You're gonna become famous a lot quicker, and it's a lot of pros that go behind that. But I think that what those people don't realize, because again, I think that's the problem. But the solution is, or the issue is, a lot of those people don't realize that it's gonna hurt you in the long run. Yeah, you may get all of those things, and fame, money, clout, or whatever right now, and yeah, you got those people that's gonna pander with you. But I promise you, if you don't do the work on yourself, you're going to continue to push away those people that you should be keeping near you. A lot of those pandering people, they come and go, fam. They come and go. Them people don't really rock with you the way that you think that they rock with you. I promise you that they don't. Those people are fake. And you're going to continue to attract fake people until you do the work on yourself. I think that pretty much answers the
Okay, all right, yeah.
question. Uh-oh. Calm down, fam. Like people going. Oh, somebody done ran out of gas. No. You can go ahead and throw the sponsors up real quick. I was trying to make sure that this is a 2-hour stream, like right on the dot. I think that we did a really, really good job with that. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to add to that? I wanted to make sure that we really went over that bitter thing, man, because I think that is honestly one of the biggest issues that I see like across the board, not just with YouTube and on social media, but everywhere, man, in our workspaces. Other bitter people that are infecting other people with their bitterness on radio stations and movies and stuff like that. Like they continue to try to paint a certain type of picture, and people are feeding into that. And it's on TV shows. That's why I tell people you got to be careful about the type of content that you consume on a day-to-day basis, because that stuff has a huge effect, and most of the time a negative effect on the way that you think. It can be a regular show that you're not even thinking like, yo, bro, we just kicking it watching Scooby-Doo. I'm just using that as an example or whatever. And if show after show after show continues to paint a certain type of narrative, understand that that's going to be in you. That's in your spirit. That's in your thought process. And I promise you, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, your brain is going to incorporate that in how you start to view life and relationships. So you got to be careful about the type of stuff that you consume and the type of people that you listen to on a day-to-day basis. I'm telling you, I see it, and I've seen it far too often. People be in a great space and they figure out any reason in the book to be miserable or to find a reason to not be happy. Got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. I'm telling you, people literally they ruin their lives, and a lot of that honestly has to do with the type of content that they consume, the type of people that they surround themselves around, or the type of people that they, just communicate with, talk with, or whatever, that stuff will affect you. You are not above, you know, what most people think. Like, listen, I can go and watch this and ain't gonna think twice about it. No, your brain is thinking about it. Trust and believe. It's processing it. And the more you consume, the more it can consume you.
I'm trying to figure out what's up because, well, I only remember all the action movies and stuff.
A lot. It's a lot. But it's stuff that we need to think about, man. Oh, that's why I always talk about awareness as well. Awareness is key, man. Awareness is key. I've literally had to distance myself from a lot of friends, family members, and things like that were literally causing my mental harm. I'm talking about people that, listen, growing up, I absolutely loved to kick it with my boy, man. But he was negative. The way that he viewed things were negative. And that stuff was literally like I started to think like that. Just think about being around a person long enough. They say that you naturally start to act like them, talk like them. You start to like certain things that they like that. I promise you, it affects you. The more time, I'm telling you, it can be like a bad virus. You don't even realize. You don't even realize. Like, damn, at first, sure, you had a little relationship or whatever. You kicking it with somebody now. You just as single as that person. At one point you were working out. You were trying to better yourself. You were doing these things. Then you start to be around people that were lazy and stuff like that. You're like, yo, I've literally became you in a few months, in a few weeks, like over time. And this is not like a cliche thing, but they say that your net worth, it all depends on your like the people that you network with. The people that you have in your network is literally your net worth.
I'm gonna shed some light on it real quick before I say what I had to say. First of all, I always think when it comes to anybody, your net worth is whatever a person's willing to pay. That doesn't matter if it's relationship or it's business. Your net worth and your brand, whatever that you decide to do, is worth whatever a person's willing to pay. That goes, don't matter which way it goes. And secondly, before we get off, I do want to shed some light on it because I'm pretty sure we probably can talk about it the next go around, next Friday. But I definitely want to say, like, obviously we heard about the tragic passing of Rich Homie Quan yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what I don't know if the I don't know if the things came back about what happened to him, but everybody's assuming it's a drug overdose. But if that's the case, um, send his prayers and thoughts and condolences out to his family because I know that was tough. And because a lot of people in this rap game has been, we lost very early, and it's tough to see.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, man. Yeah, and also I did want to touch on something real quick too. Um, my heart and prayers goes out to the kids, the school in Georgia, as well. They had a shooting incident up there as well, and a few people didn't make it. So prayers go out to them and their family.
Yeah, and even with that, with the mass shooting, because now it's hitting news that North Carolina parents are starting to get worried because they are trying to figure out what schools are going to do, what are they going to put in order when if something like that comes up about, because I nobody wants to ever like be afraid to send these kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's starting to come a little bit more frequently every year where a mass shooting is happening. And now it's getting to the point where parents are not sending the kids to school; they just homeschooling them now. So, like you said, condolences to the people that were lost in regards to that. But something got to be done. Something has to be done because it's too much. It's too much stuff going on, and I recall something that Shannon Sharp said on his show with Ocho Cinco.
He said he was at a car wash and these two kids got into it. He left, went to go get his mom. He told his mom that's the guy right there. When they came back, she handed him the piece, and
Mm. Oh.
yeah, and he was like 12, 13.
Man, like I'm not. This is not a joke or whatever. I just wish things could honestly go back to how it used to be, where people would just fight. Like,
And
bro,
be
just
done.
fight. Yeah, like if you take an L, you take an L. Go on about your damn life after that, man. Like we got to pull a gun out. That's that's weird to me, man. Agree. Even listen, I wouldn't even be too mad. You pick up a stick or something. At least I can possibly dodge that stick. You know what I mean? God, dog, man. We done got to the point now where people are afraid to use these, man. They stop using their doggone hands. Cowards.
But they'll
And
stop.
especially kids at young age, they are at a stage of their life where they feel like I ain't got nothing going on with myself. I got nothing to live for, so I could take somebody's life. Because if you look at the generation now, they're all about ask questions later. I'm gonna act and then answer questions later.
Go ahead, Tina. I know you about to say something.
Well, I was just saying, man. I mean, yeah, about putting the weapons down, but I was saying something about the cyberbullying thing too. Like they take that too far. Too pretty much. That's anyway. I just wish it was. I just wish that we would get to a point where heck, just having thick skin, whatever they say, just let it roll off your shoulders. Like life, you gonna literally miss out on life if you take everything to the heart. Whatever you going through, you gotta open up and talk about it, because it's gonna fester, it's gonna brew, and you're gonna take it out on the wrong person at the wrong time. And either you're going to be 6 feet under or in the prison somewhere. And either one of those isn't anything that you want to bring upon not only just your family, but even the family that you end up injuring too, because that messes with everybody that's involved. And it really doesn't stop there. Speaking of which, too, it's like I seen something today where it was like, what is it, the chaos effect? And the I guess the example that was used was a butterfly flapping its wings. You may not seem that like that would affect anything, but some way down the line or connection is a tsunami in Japan. So you got to think about your actions. You may think that it's a small action, but it can make a big effect, positive or negative. But let's focus on the positive and focus on the positive effects that we could potentially have in today's society.
And guys, ask yourself this question. Just we don't got to answer right now. We can answer it the next time. But think about it to yourself. How would you like anybody, whether you're a parent or you're soon to be a parent or looking to be a parent in the future? Ask yourself this question: how would you actually feel if one day that you come home and you got somebody standing at your doorstep telling you that your child's not coming home or they're gone? Or understand why some parents are not being parents. They're being best friends. They're being caught, like they're trying to be buddy buddy with their kids. If you look at it, our generation and the generation before us, that's what you call a village. There's no village now because everybody said you have a village raising a kid. It's not like that no more. It's rare to find, but it's not like that no more because you have teenagers talking about my mom and my dad need to respect me. Where in the world do you feel like you earn to get respect? You don't pay no bills. You don't do nothing for yourself. You can't feed yourself. You can't do none of that stuff. You can't pay for none of that. There's only one person. There's one or two people that's paying for that. All you here is for us to sleep, poop. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it the way I say it. All you doing is to talk, eat, and shit. That's all you here to do, and sleep. Like, come on.
Go ahead, Cole.
If these kids, I promise you, like everybody said, these are the kids for the future. If you really think that's our future, then we're in a rude awakening because there's kids dying left and right, and what can you possibly do about it? Because you're not making anything better if you're telling like, oh, you don't have to have a license to get a concealed weapon. You're messing up everything that can possibly happen. Like, yes, the way stuff is now, yes, get a weapon to defend yourself, to defend your family. But why is it though? You can say, oh, it's because of these pedophiles and these people that want to snatch up kids and snatch up these women and whatever the case may be. You also got to put it towards these teenagers too, because you got to protect yourself too. Because at the end of it, it don't matter what you say. I guarantee you, I guarantee a 16 or 17-year-old would take somebody out before somebody that is 30, 40, 50 years old would take somebody out.
Yeah, going back to what y'all was saying about the cyberbullying and about the younger generation versus the older generation. I think that the older generation, man, listen, we had to worry about fighting, the chance of getting beat up, and people talking about you the next day. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, man, listen, social media, you do understand you can cut that off and
Mhm.
go back to your own regular life. Like, listen, just because somebody was talking about me, bashing me, tagging me in a video or whatever, I can cut that off and still be able to go in my room, chill, and enjoy myself and enjoy my family. My people that I'm with, they still rock with me. Like, it's so easy. All you got to do literally is just turn that device, turn that phone, turn that tablet off. I promise you, it's people out here that love you. It's people out here that rock with you. And again, back then you had a lot worse. You got beat up, you didn't want to go to school the next day. Like, man, God, dog, they gonna be talking about this for the next week or two, boy, for real. You remember that time you got beat up by such and such?
I think
I'm
that's
talking about drug.
that's
Having
a,
thick skin. The generation of old just had thicker skin. I think that's really what it boils down to. Like, listen, we can
Because
take
you
a
had no
joke.
choice. You had no choice.
Right? You had, but yeah. So again, somebody talk about you. You get beat up or whatever. It's like this, fam. Either I'm gonna get my jokes up, I'm gonna learn how to fight, or I'm just gonna be like the nicest kid on the block. You got a decision that you need to make. It wasn't let me go pick up a gun and take somebody out. No, fam. Like, what? Heck no, I'm trying to play this doggone Super Mario Brothers. For real. And a lot of people just understood early on that they're not a fighter. You know what? After taking that butt whooping, I just realized something. I'm a comedian. I can be out here cracking jokes and doing this. I'm a scholar, you know what I'm saying? I actually do enjoy, reading books. I actually am a gamer. Let me just go ahead and focus on the things that I'm good at
yeah, give
instead
them
of,
outlets out there.
you say what?
I said, yeah, give them other outlets. I was also going to say something about, give them or provide them with ways to regulate their emotions and how to figure out how to handle it in well, fighting is civil, but in a non-life threatening way. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm definitely rocking with that. Again, and even if you think that you like to hit, take some boxing class. You know what I mean? There are better ways to go about handling this thing. You feel like, what I'm saying, you got a lot of frustration and stuff built up. Like my boy Nipsey say, I mean, not necessarily using this, but he said, listen, take you in back of the building and let you expose your rage. If you feel like you got rage, if you feel like you got a lot of fight in you, there are ways to go about doing that. You can literally go pick up some boxing gloves, go to your local gym, get a couple of sparring matches in. I mean, now social media is a thing. You can actually turn that, like if you got beef with somebody, hey, we can have a fight. Put it on social media. I think it'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Put the boxing gloves on, man. Do it the safe way. You're still gonna get, if not, you'll probably get more respect for doing something like that. You can literally go out here and start a positive trend and go viral for that. Like, and you can talk about your experiences. Like, listen, I was actually thinking about doing things this way, but I think that this would be a better way of dealing with those issues. And just imagine how many people probably had like the same thought process behind what you were thinking, and how much people would look up to you and probably want to have you on a TV show, speak to you and talk to you, you know, again, just being open and being honest about, you know, how you were feeling. People don't think, man. They don't use their heads for more than the hat rack, unfortunately. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end this video, this podcast right here. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we get up out of here?
I was about to roll it back to the whole misery needing company, but I ain't gonna do that. But no, other than that, no. I mean, just, you know, I'm just gonna put positivity out there. My condolences to those folks, and just, you know, keep your head up. It ain't gonna be easy, but each day you get stronger. Hopefully mentally stronger too.
Right. And just to wrap things up, y'all, again, my 5K. All right, your boy is running a 5K November the 16th. Come check me out. It's gonna be the Chick-fil-A. I forgot what I'm gonna have to ask my running coach. So yeah, I do have a running coach. My brother also, he runs a lot more frequent than what I do. So he's gonna be helping me out with this, which means I'll be going to South Carolina, hopefully really soon to train with him. But he's also a professor at a school, so I'm gonna have to try to find the time, man. You're getting old on me, dog. Like, I need for you to quit your job and help me out. No, I'm joking. But we're gonna be working out with him. I'm extremely excited about that. We're also gonna be changing the way that I eat as well, the workout regimen. All of those things will be changing. They will be live on KD the Great YouTube channel. Y'all come over, come check me out, come work out with me. Also, myself, Kobe, Tina, we all are going to start working out. It's official. We're going to be going live on this channel to show you guys what we are actively doing every single week. All right. That's our promise to y'all. Y'all know we always talk about doing better, being better, holding each other accountable and stuff like that. So y'all will be able to hold us accountable in the comments and make sure we stick to this thing. All right. Starting next week, all three of us will be going somewhere to get it in and work out. All right. Anything else y'all wanted to add before we get up out of here?
Nope. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, man. Well, that's it for today, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. You know, as a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, you know, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time, all right? So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind, all right? I'm going to give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Whew. Whew. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if, you know, it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all, please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you, all right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, butternup. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather got a bundle up. I'm trying to